Welcome to 9 Minutes Motivation at 9 a.m. And welcome to Bhutan and welcome to Wandering Monks. I am Deepak here and my life is beautiful and I stay on top of it because I work as worship. So we have been in crazy experience today. I thought I'll share with all of you. I have been experiencing this last two times also when I came to Bhutan. Now there's only a single wall which uh, creates a partition in that side is Bhutan. Okay, I'm in Bhutan. So this side is Bhutan and that side is India. One single wall. But if you see the life this side of the wall and life on that side of the wall is like Zameen Asman ka farak hai. Okay. And it is very crazy experience because the border where we enter into Bhutan, that small village is not small village, the town is called as Jaigaon. So when you come there to go into immigration office, it is filled with people, traffic, small shops, it's like a fish market. And you just feel paranoid, literally paranoid. The moment you just finish that immigration in just few meters, not even kilometers, few meters you go on that side and it's a paradigm shift. Just a few meters and there's absolute peace, serenity, different kind of serenity, quietude and discipline. People very sincerely, not much of talking, just this side of the wall and that side of the wall. This is the first strange experience. Second strange experience is people from Indian side, they come on this side as a tourist or as guests, or a lot of people come to work on a daily wages. They go and they behave so sincerely, so disciplined, so nicely that no spitting around, no littering around, nothing. Absolutely disciplined people. This is one part. Okay. The strange part is just standing there watching both the sides. People from Bhutan side, when they come this side, same people now don't mind spitting even the. In fact, the wall this side is completely with spit, and wall from that side, if you see, it's completely clean. And people come out this side to the Indian side and they spit and they throw things and they litter around, and you feel same people. This is one part. Another part is even more crazier. People from Bhutan also who are supposed to be living in such a disciplined environment here, even when they come this side, even they behave like that. They also will throw things, they also will spit here, they also will litter around, and it's very strange. So it is, what I want to share with all of you is, it is not the people who are disciplined or not disciplined, in majority when talking about, it is the culture that makes all the difference. Indisciplined people in the disciplined culture behave with discipline, and disciplined people in indisciplined culture sooner or later become indisciplined. And that was a major shift which I saw, and I realized the power of culture. Same people, a lot of people tell me in Singapore such a clean city and people are so nice there, they don't litter, they don't spit. No, the culture of Singapore is like that. See, India is not a bad country. India is not an indisciplined country. Indians are. Same Indians will go to Singapore and behave disciplined, and they won't spit, they won't throw things because the culture is like that. Likewise, I have seen people all over the world when they come to India, because Indians don't practice the discipline everywhere. We see things like best places become worst just because of indiscipline. There's the power of culture. The understanding, the idea of discussion in this today's 9-minute motivation is not about the spitting or littering around. It's about the culture, the power of culture. And the culture has to be cultivated, it has to be sustained, it has to be practiced, it has to be enforced over a period of time. Then it becomes a culture. And in that culture, people, like it or not like it, they start behaving the way the culture has been designed or the culture has been cultivated. Now that's one major lesson which I thought I want to share with all of you on the first day of Wandering Monks here is the culture. And it starts with the individual. If you can create a culture for yourself. It's not about just spitting or littering around. It's about a thought process. It's about certain ways of you will conduct yourself, the way you behave yourself. You create a culture, and that if you can start with yourself, then with your immediate family, then be your society, I think sooner or later the entire nation will live a very cultured. And any country which has culture for a sustained period of time will have a strong roots. Let's take example of our country India only. So many countries in the world, initial days, invaded country. Almost every fellow was sitting idle in that time, took his army and invaded India, looted India, and still they are poor. And we are not become poor, we are still rich. Still the fastest growing economy in the entire world. Why? Because India preserved its culture. Even if we were diversified in a unified way, we preserved our culture in different places. And that culture and the root of the culture was spirituality. Because we were in whichever way, through religious ways, through non-religious ways, through community ways, whichever way we preserved our spirituality of this nation, we are still so strong and so solid that nothing in the world has shaken up in the most devastating time in the entire world. Why? We have the spiritual roots of the entire world. In fact, a lot of people from this country, India, goes abroad for higher studies or better opportunities or better prospects. But I have not heard a single Indian gone out of India for a spiritual growth, for the spiritual evolution. In fact, every possible person in the world, at some point, whenever they wanted to have a spiritual experience or a spiritual evolution, they have traveled to India. And that's what is the culture of this country. And that spiritual roots that we have in this country, which has now become the culture of this country, is able to sustain us throughout, and we will eventually become the superpowers in times to come. Why? There's a culture. And this is true with every country. Whichever country has strong culture and they hold on to the culture, people coming in that culture get transformed by itself. So whether you are an individual or a family or an organization or a community, if you have a well-defined culture that has been cultivated over a period of time, sustained and enforced, the culture will transform the person. Person can't transform the culture. One person can't transform the culture, provided he starts a new culture by himself and then keep adding more and more people. But if you can create a culture, even in organizations, those organizations which are cultured or have a culture will always stand tests of time and eventually succeed and never fail in their own tenure of whatever business they do. And that's the power of culture. I think when I saw this whole thing of people on this side of the wall and that side of the wall, I think it was a major eye-opener for me. I thought I'll share with all of you. It all begins with you being cultured, then getting a family cultured, and then your society cultured, then your community cultured, and then maybe nation. I think we will live in a very strong, powerful community or society or the country, and that lasts for a lifetime. With that belief that we all will be cultured, get cultured, and create a culture, and that will define all of our lives. Let's start this beautiful day from Wandering Monks. Here we go. So guys, go get set and grow.